Have you ever thought about the electrifying connection between your body and healing? Today we're diving deep into the groundbreaking concept of the current of injury from the book, The Body Electric. Picture this. When your body sustains an injury, it responds with more than just physical processes like inflammation. It actually generates a unique electrical current right at the site of the wound. This electrical signal is like a beacon, guiding specialized cells to migrate to the injured area. It's a natural communication system within your body. These cells, including fibroblasts, which are responsible for producing collagen, a vital component in tissue repair, get activated and start repairing the damaged tissue. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. The current of injury doesn't just stop at repair. It's also a key player in tissue regeneration. Dr. Robert O. Becker's experiments, especially with amphibians, showed that this electrical signal plays a crucial role in regrowing limbs and other body parts. Becker and Selden argue that if we can understand and harness this current of injury, we might revolutionize medicine. Imagine manipulating this natural electrical response to accelerate and enhance the healing of injuries, wounds, and even bone fractures. In a nutshell, the current of injury is a concept that suggests your body generates an innate electrical current at the site of an injury, acting as a signaling mechanism to guide cells, promoting tissue repair, and sparking the remarkable process of regeneration.
So as the sun expands and projects and ejects particles, they expand, they go further and further from the sun, and at a certain point they come back.
Well, at a certain point, what do they hit? There's other expanding stars and
So like waves colliding.
yes,
And
from the
retreating.
other star systems. They have an expanding, what is the thing, the solar wind. They have
Many
expanding.
people today are asking, what has happened to science? Early in the space age, a president inspired a nation to put a man on the moon within the span of a single decade.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things.
Of everything across billions of years, the birth and death of stars, our sun emerging from a gaseous cloud, planets on predictable courses for 1 billion years, and 1,000 other settled questions, or so we're told. Well, here's a surprise. Our universe is electric. It's animated by charged particles in motion. The electrically sterile cosmos we so long imagined does not exist. The electric universe will re-inspire education and science. Electricity will open new pathways of discovery, a new picture of galaxies and all the stars in the sky, our sun included. Every organism will come alive electrically. And we will begin to remember the electrical dramas in the sky above our early forebears. Take the time to discover this for yourself. A profound scientific revolution is already underway. Join in at thunderbolts.info.
Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. Make sure you stay hydrated. Because man, oh man, it's getting hot out this bitch, and that's a good enough reason. Man, give yourself another round of applause, man. You deserve it. You deserve it. You've been working hard. Putting that work. Not being held back by nobody. Man, we made it another day. Another full moon is upon us, moving in tonight into tomorrow. So I do have some Venusian conversation. Most of this conversation is going to be centered on the full moon. And the message of the full moon is the electrical body and the electrical universe. So as I just simply research these topics, the ideas come from me through the research. And when I deduce the research, it just makes sense. So once it makes sense, I do a video. I wasn't going to do a video today because we have an event to get prepared to, but the information couldn't sit in my heart all day. You know, somebody needed this information. So, with that being said, I'm going to share. And as people get in here, in reference to the electrical universe, right? Say, for instance, you have a electrical wire that's active, and for some reason you're a rambunctious, rebellious child. You cut open that active electrical wire. What is going to emit from that wire besides sparks? When you cut open anything electrical, what is the energy that emits once you break it open and crack it open? And then what generally starts to happen? Little opener quiz question. Sometimes, you know, you go into class and teacher just hits you with a quiz. You like pop quiz, niggas. What is going to emit from any electrical device that gets busted open? What happens? What do you see? What is that substance that comes from an electrical device besides sparks when you bust it open? And we're not talking about what you did last night. We're not talking about what you did last night. You was busting it open. Come on, man. Use Y'all not gonna use your third eye. Well, let me tell you. Let me show you. When you bust open a wire, any wire is going to emit smoke. Please, please, like the video, greatly appreciate it. Is going to emit smoke. And once the smoke is taken away, it's going to not work. You're going to have to get it fixed and sealed up so the smoke can't escape. So, the thing that is conducive to electrical energy is smoke. Okay? So this is why I put together this little smudge kit, affordable, easy, give you everything you need to produce smoke. Now, I'm putting this together for people who don't have access to these materials. With that being said, if you want to tap in, the link is in the description. Okay. Just want to put that out there because if you are wishing for your ancestors to tap in, you're wishing to connect with certain energies and deities, you're not going to be on the frequency until you start to burn the herbs. I'll even when I was writing out the notes, but I didn't put it in the product info, I'll add some herbs with every purchase so you can just get started. This is for people who don't have it, obviously, because if you already have a mortar and pestle and a cauldron, this ain't for you. However, if you in this day and time and you not burning herbs, you not smudging, you not burning resins, you not lighting incense, you're not going to be able to connect. All right. So the smudge kit link is in the description. Tap in if you like, you know, just putting that out there. Today we're going to be talking about the full moon. As I said, it's going to be in the first decan of Sagittarius in Sidereal astrology. There was an early comment in this video that asked, telling me that I should do tropical and I should do sidereal or Vedic astrology. And I know it might come off mean or crass or obtuse. It's just that I've been studying astrology for so very long that I'm not going to sit up here and lie to y'all, regardless of the views that it's going to get. You know, the more that you actually study astrology, and you shouldn't never study anything without an open mind. That open mind is going to allow you to grow and expand that hardwired memory. And from that hardwired memory, your knowledge will increase, your understanding will increase, your wisdom will increase. So don't just say you like tropical astrology when it's a lie, and you would realize it was a lie if you studied more. Who created tropical astrology? A man created astrology, and we can bear witness to the stars in the sky. I'm not going to study a man made technology when there is a God given technology right in front of me that I can bear witness to. It's difficult to separate from the pack and speak the truth and speak truth to power and say, nah, that's not really true, fam. Nah, man, somebody written that whole astrology and people following it. And actually, the 12 signs of the zodiac from that like false perspective is not even real. It's 13. The sun passes by 13 signs. So if my clock really is 13 hours, but the establishment tells me it's 12, that means that I'm never on. I'm never in right alignment. And just because I follow it and it feels good, the facts are the facts. The sun, the moon, the planets, they all enter into a planet called Ophiuchus. But if you don't reference it in your in your astrology observation, you're studying something that these men have given to you, and the thing that they given to you is to keep you off the path. You don't read the Bible at face value. You study the concordance, you study the root, you study the Hebrew of the Bible, because the Hebrew cannot be translated into English. The 12 stars are not related to the 13 stars or the 13 signs. And these are just facts. So you would get an application called Star Walk, or you can look on an online site called the Live Sky, and it's gonna tell you where everything is located in astronomy. If this is where it's at, why would then I look at and change it? But this is what we do with time. This is what we do with energy. We are in a manipulated reality, and people who don't know will continue to teach and continue to lead. And it's almost as if the blind is continuously leading the blind. So, with all of that being said, go crazy, because life is about learning. Life is about trial and error. I'm always telling people that I work with or my children, it's okay to fail. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not know. But with all of this being said, uh, don't fuck with that tropical astrology. Is bullshit at the end of the day, right? Somebody telling you that the full moon is in Capricorn, then we will have to look at the astronomy of the situation and figure that out. When the full moon occurs, it's going to be actually in Sagittarius. What makes it go into Capricorn? What is the thought process that say no, it's actually in Capricorn? What is that thought process? And if you want to understand the reality of how these things get to where they get to, I wrote about it in my book, Spiritual Being Having a Human Experience, where I make a claim for sidereal astrology, and I explain what tropical astrology is, where it comes from, who created it, why did they created it. It's so crazy. The biggest example that I could give you on how crazy it is if I was going to give you $1 million check and your address was your address, but you sent it 20 houses down. You would be pissed off. You would be misaligned, unaligned, and somebody would have gotten your motherfucking check. And now you're sitting here trying to figure out how to manage it. You're going to be depressed. And then I say, okay, I'll just keep sending you the check to the wrong address. You'll never get the check. But I promise you, if you study your sidereal placements, they're going to resonate way deeper. Every time I do a chart, bro, I do a chart all the time. I do readings all the time, like no cap, just regular shit, you know? The same thing you do for work, that's just regular shit. My work is reading sidereal charts. And people don't give me, well, I think I'm more aligned to my tropical chart. Never have they ever said that. Most of the time, 90% of the time, I would say 90 plus, but some people don't know their left hand from their right hand. So why would they know the difference between a tropical and sidereal chart? But 90% of the time, people are like, damn, this is actually me. Here I am thinking I'm a Virgo this whole time, and I'm not neat, bro. I'm not neat at all. I'm not analytical or none of that shit. I'm a performer. I'm emotional. I'm sexual. I'm all about raising Kundalini. I'm all about that lust tarot card. Like, I'm a fucking Leo. What about me as a Virgo? Nothing. My moon is in Cancer. Why? Why would I think that? I'm not loving or sensitive or caring or none of that shit. I'm actually a psycho. My moon is in Gemini, for real. I got a split personality. It's me and it's David and it's Snickers. It's a whole slew of us. We all crazy. It's the spiritual nigga. Like, we got a whole bunch of personalities out here. I'm the nigga in Split, for real. If you really want to be honest about it. I'm an artist. I could do, like, you don't know what version of me you're going to get on a daily basis. What about my moon is in Cancer? Nothing. But if I'm reading a tropical chart, I'm going to actually try to think that I'm a fucking Virgo and a fucking Leo and a fucking a Virgo and a Cancer moon. That's crazy to me. But when I reflect on it, it's like, oh yeah, you are crazy for real. When you really think about it, like when you really think about it, bro, it's nuts. So just wanted to get that out there because people will be confused about should they look at their tropical chart versus their Vedic chart. Vedic, 5,000 years, tropical, 2,000 years. So Vedic dealing with the actual placements, tropical dealing with the placements 26 degrees ahead. For 26 degrees ahead and dealing with the planetary alignment saying that Libra is the same size as Virgo, is the same size as Leo, is the same size. And this is not true. Signs are different. Signs are different sizes. Virgo is 52 degrees, while Scorpio is only 7 degrees. This is truth. These are facts. When you look at your astrology chart, and I know this, so I introduce the variation in my observation. But at the same time, if you don't understand the difference between the sizes of the planets, then it's almost like it's not true when it is true. But looking at a tropical chart, every sign is the same size. So when it comes to like the the 12s, like 12. You know, when young people say fuck 12, they're not talking about cops. They're talking about this system that makes their ass wake up every day and be a fucking robot for archons, right? Fuck 12. Enter into your 13. It's 13, like it's literally 13 moon cycles in a year. It's 13 signs. So 13 is the energy. 13 is the vibration. 12 is the lockdown. You know it every time you go to fucking work. 12 is the lockdown. 12 is trouble. From school to work to jail. 12 is, that's all ruled by 12, the energy of 12. I want you to be so deep into your magic that you get into the energy of 13. So when you at work, when you at school, minus jail, right? No jail. But just in this universe, you understand the energy of Fucus, of Ophiuchus, or Amenhotep, the creator of the first pyramid, where he had a design within his DNA, and he was a master at all things because he understood and understood the power of the mind, the power of energy, and was so powerful that he existed in the world and also existed as a planetary force. Ophiuchus is a black man. Ophiuchus is taken from Asclepius. Asclepius is taken from Amenhotep. These are all the same entity. Now, the electrical energy that I want to talk about, that is what makes you do everything that you do, right? And the thought that comes to my mind when I'm talking about electrical energy is the thought of the cell phone and the Wi-Fi. You know, the most gangsterous of niggas is going to have a cell phone or Wi-Fi to hit them plays. So even the gangsters should bear witness to the astrological understandings of the universe, because an electrical signal could be sent from here to Venus, if we want to be honest about it. So when we say that the planets are chakras and that they're constantly communicating to and fro, and enlightenment is an understanding that bypasses the ego, this is what I'm talking about. Because the ego exists in the small section of the electromagnetic spectrum, a very small, minuscule section of it. So the totality of the whole entire universe exists right now in this moment as a frequency. The medium between now, us, and other frequencies is electricity. The vehicle is smoke. This is why ancestors for millions of years burnt sage. To this day, millions of people are burning sage at this moment collectively throughout the universe, because smoke is the carrier for electricity that sends energy to and fro. This is why, as a spiritual practitioner, if you're serious about it, you burning some shit. So let's have some foundational conversation so we could when we talking, because this shit getting deeper now, y'all. It went from stop to smell the roses to burning the herbs to the electrical universe, and now yesterday's conversation blends in today's conversation, but the conversations throughout the week have all blended together. So what I mean is that the mode for connecting to the divine is not hoping, wishing, and praying, feeling bad, feeling good, getting your dick sucked, getting some head, whatever you think that you're about to do. The mode to connect to spirit is smoke. So if we can understand and overstand and get that basis down, when we start talking about, okay, how am I going to connect to source? How am I going to grow? How am I going to develop? Where am my insight coming from? What am I going to do out here? You got to stop and smell the roses, meaning stop, get your smudge kit out, ground you up some roses, ground you up some resin. If you don't got a smudge kit, link is in the description. You can get one. I'll send it to you in a week or so. I mean, it'll get to you in a week or so. But you need to get into the practice of connecting to source through the modality of smoke. So once again, we need foundational converse. We need proof of what we're saying, because at this point, I could be talking out my ass, right? This nigga don't know what he talking about. He talking about smoke and spirit and this, that, and the third. You just want to smoke weed, hood. Keep it real. You just want a blunt. I'm hip to you, hood. You just trying to smoke that good ganja. Electricity is smoke. The Electrical Theory by Joseph Lucas, and I'm going to paraphrase. Smoke is the thing that makes electrical circuits work. As I stated earlier, if you cut open a wire, if it's active, it's going to produce smoke. And then secondly, it's not going to work. Right? Because the smoke is the blood to the electrical current. What do people do a lot? They smoke. Why? Why do niggas smoke a lot? Why do people smoke a lot? One's in the chat if you know people that smoke or have known a person to smoke. Can we all bear witness? I should get everybody to engage in the chat and just press a 1. Put a 2 in the chat if you ain't never seen a motherfucker smoke before. What is smoke? Why do we smoke? What is the need for smoke? Now, you may feel like you done stopped smoking, you don't smoke no more, and that's what's up. But I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about in the history of your life, have you been around or known a person to smoke in real life? We should be all able to bear witness to people smoking, right? But smoke is electricity. But how important is electricity for you and me in spiritual development? I say it is everything. I say it is the bee's knees, the essential understanding between you and your soul, because your soul is an electrical being that is existing in this moment, just at a different frequency, y'all. And you don't see it, you don't understand it, but it is there. Now, how do you connect? How do you begin to understand? How do you begin to incorporate the wisdom? What is the devil going to even do? Make sure you're not smudging. You got the smudge kit at the crib, you got the cauldron, you got that, but it's something in you that is lazy, that don't want you to smudge. You live with somebody that hate incense, that hate smoke, that hates it, and you feel second guessing, I can't really burn or smudge, or you just lazy and tired because what? Neptune is in the first degree of Pisces. So naturally, when we talk about spiritual development, niggas ain't gonna feel like doing shit. If you got a spiritual business, it was rocking when Neptune was in Aquarius. It come into Pisces, and niggas all of a sudden get lazy. Niggas, all of everything that was popping in 2018, 17, 19 is not popping no more. It's not a craze for it. People have went into some dark apocalyptic zombie shit, because they lazy and they're afraid to do the work. But shit, this is why we gotta be goddamn physicians and give the prescription. We cannot be in this space acting like it's all good when y'all out here getting ran through like a goddamn trap house on a goddamn Friday night. It's not okay. It's deep emotional wounds. You not in your psychological bag. You in your let me get my rocks off bag. And that's the lazy energy that if you doing it right and exact, then obviously you would be on my side. And you would be like, yeah, you're right. But if you if what I'm saying is resonating with you, stop being fucking lazy. Smoke is the thing that make electrical current circuits work. So in this context, I'm talking about the smoke that's produced by the specific herbs. The specific herbs that resonate with the specific desire. Okay? A book that everybody should have. I'm gonna give y'all the exact name and show you what it looked like. So you Dream be talking about this book too. So I'm pretty sure y'all heard about it. Sis be mad aggravating, bro. Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. You just should have that at the crib. Like, if you got an actual house that's like doing shit on the magical level, this is a good book to have because it basically got every herb. It don't got every herb. I'm being facetious, but in a general context, it feel like it have every herb. And if it don't have the herb identified, like it have a good index, and then it's telling you what the herbs is good for. Now, this is going to tap into a specific frequency that you just simply saying, I want it so bad, is not going to reach. Because what you want is probably something within the visible spectrum. Maybe y'all don't know what I'm saying and y'all need a visual of what I'm talking about when I say the electromagnetic spectrum. This is the electrical magnetic spectrum, and everything within the visible. Let me see if we could just blow that up a little bigger. See a little better. See a little better. Everything within the visible spectrum is just this, right? This is all we know. This is all we can comprehend. But it's other biological realities that's taking place and other supernatural realities taking place, like Future said, at the same damn time. I'm with God, with the devil at the same damn time. Like, what the fuck is really happening at the same damn time? But see, the visible, i.e., the cell phone, can be so overwhelming because even the cell phone will tap into supernatural hijacking, i.e., algorithms and things of that nature. So you even got to go beyond certain frequencies that they've hijacked through the computers and the phones. They hijack the physical reality, hijack some lower level 5G technology, and they're going to try to keep going with the 7Gs, 8Gs. See, the reality of these Gs is that it's actual realities that they tapping into, spiritual realities, demonic entities. Now, our brains can't compute it for real. So what we'll process it as artificial intelligence and bots, right? Some of your best friends on Facebook have been artificial intelligence and bots. Like, these people have really touched your heart, sent you money on Cash App and shit, right? You met them in real life, but they was like, a figment of your imagination for real. But you can't comprehend it because these things are happening at the same time as your visible reality. And what spirits do is hijack the visible. Whatever you can perceive, a spirit can hijack it. So one level of this is dreams. You might have a dream of your cousin, but it'll be Ganesh hijacking your cousin. And your cousin will be telling you something, and you'll say, I had a dream about my cousin. Whole time it's Ganesh, right? But this can happen in the visible space too. It's people in your life right now that's bodhisattvas. We talked about this yesterday. You could be a bodhisattva, a walk-in. If you had a near-death experience and then your life completely changed after that near-death experience, more than likely you're a bodhisattva. So we're talking about real live energies, but you wouldn't ever really get able to understand it because it's not real to you. It don't make no sense. It's all fake. It's not real. But then this is where we got to start talking about electricity. And electricity is smoke. Smoke is the thing that make electrical circuits work. We know this to be true because every time one lets smoke out of an electrical circuit, it stops working. The lights in your house, the ring light when you go live on IG, if you take smoke out of it, it don't work. Your phone, if you take smoke out of, like if you cracked your phone right now, busted it open, smoke would emit out of it. And once the smoke is the blood, the life force energy to the whole device. That is crazy if you really start to think about it. So this brings me back to smudging. This brings me back to lighting incense, things of that nature. If you're not doing it, guess why it's not working? One's in the chat if this makes sense to y'all. I'm going to do a little quick commercial break because I'm about to light a couple of incense, and I'll be right back.
Peace. It's Kyrie from White Rabbit Psychedelics in the Columbian Exchange. And the question that I have for you today, are you a shaman? A shaman is simply one who knows. There are such things such as entheogens. And if you look up the etymology of entheogens, it simply means God within. So when you eat these plants that are encoded with God's DNA, you get the codes of the universe downloaded into your system. Even the Christians get down with this theory or this concept. All you have to do is go to Mark chapter 6, verse 51. Jesus is basically saying, I am the living bread that came down from heaven. Whoever eats this bread will live forever. And he doubles down on this when he says, truly, I tell you that unless you eat from the bread of life, you will never receive eternal life. And when you understand that he is not being relative, he's not being figurative, he's being literal. And everybody is not a shaman, but if you are a shaman, then you're willing to take a part of God within yourself, cure yourself of your mental and emotional and spiritual diseases. And then the next part, you go into healing other people. So many people just deep dive into helping and healing other people without doing the true inner work, the entheogen work, digesting and consuming psychoactive plants. Here on the West, we think that you're crazy or weird for doing these types of things. But for millions and millions of years, this was just normal practice of shamans or healers of the village. So I'm asking you, are you a shaman or are you just a regular human being that don't actually know God?
All right. Hood, why are you talking about electricity so much? It's coming out of left field. I don't know what you're talking about. Cool. The moon, we're going to look up where it says the moon in Sagittarius. It's in the first decan of Sagittarius in Sidereal Astrology. And if I could find it, I will try to find it and show y'all what it looked like in the sky. But no promises, because this site is always a little wonky. But it's easier to do it on my phone, but I'll be using my phone as a camera. So there goes that. So as we can see right now, the sun is in the constellation of Taurus and the moon is in the constellation of Ophiuchus. So even the true sidereal doesn't even go off of no maps, no perfect alignment. It just is what it is. The sun in Sidereal Taurus, the moon in Sidereal Ophiuchus. So yeah, I don't know how to make it. Oh, and it says that it is in its full moon phase. So in reality, true reality, the astronomy of the situation, the moon is in the constellation of Ophiuchus. Now, that's the truth. That's where it's at. There's nothing to say outside of that, right? Unless you show like an astrologer, a egoic human being who don't want to look at the astronomy and deal with the celestial truth. Like anybody that bears witness to the celestial truth is going to say that, right? So, and maybe y'all can't even see it because I'll be tweaking. I get good at this, or better at this. So, boom, it says it right here. And you could go to this site. It is the skylive.com. I'll put it in the chat so you can just put it in your bookmarks for whenever you are online. You could do any location. People will be like, oh, that's because you said it was in Greenwich. Go Detroit, and it'll say the same damn thing. Location, Detroit, time zone, America, Detroit, and it's still in the constellation of Taurus. The moon is in the constellation of Ophiuchus. However, my personal divination system is like this. Not even really paying attention to Sagittarius, but paying attention to the decan that the sun is in, and then figuring out what tarot card this is. So the tarot card for this moon is the 8 of Wands. And so when we study the 8 of Wands, it's a little bit like this. It's a level of magic. So studying this card, one of the most powerful cards in the deck, if you have energies in the first decan of Sagittarius, a lot of people have Neptune, Uranus, or a combination of both, or Jupiter. A lot of people have, and if you was born around this time, you would have Sun, Moon, and this particular energy. But a lot of people have been born in the era of Neptune and Sagittarius in their sidereal charts. So if you are a sun in Sagittarius, more power to you. You have a lot of magical abilities, spiritual abilities. The archetype that I assign to this particular energy is that of a fortune teller, a traveling fortune teller, or a traveling salesman, somebody that's just like able to maximize their gifts, monetize their gifts, and ultimately get bookings, and just travel around the world and, you know, do their thing. Now, this starts from deep within a person. This is deep within the electrical energy spectrum, where every preconceived notion that you have to get rid of it. Part of the archetype of the traveling fortune teller is that she really don't give a fuck about nothing. Think about how many fucks you have to not give to get into your spiritual bag, right? To like really travel and do readings and be a grown ass man or a grown ass woman with some tarot cards. At that point, you stop giving a fuck. Now, if you start reading them shits and they start resonating with people and you start changing lives and they start telling people, oh, you got to get a reading from this nigga, he is cold. The rest is history. But you wouldn't know. And I'm not saying that people should read tarot, but I'm saying people should actually invest in spiritual education and information, because it is a energy. It is an ability that you can cultivate over time. Shit, I did it. I ain't special for real. Not more special than you, you know? With all of this being said, it's a way to do it though. If you look at, this is a symbol for chaos magic, but it's also a symbol for the electrical fire. The electrical fire is real because without it, our lights wouldn't work, our cars wouldn't work, our ability to, you know, pave the roads with electrical machines, all of these technologies that exist have captured this sacred science that exists within you. You are the blueprint for the science of the world. So what we don't know is that we don't know the functions of the spirit. Is more of like, I'm just a girl, I'm just a boy, I'm just trying to find a lover, I'm just trying to heal my broken heart. I had expectations. I was thinking that it was going to be like this. It didn't end up like this. Now I'm sad. All of that is just fucking irrelevant energy that don't have anything to do with what you actually could be. So if you center in to your solar plexus chakra and just start there, just center into your chakra, maybe build up to your solar plexus chakra by doing root and sacral work, but centering into your solar plexus chakra, that's the idea. Now, when you get the idea, it just spreads. Now, the idea is something that is inept or natural to you. The full moon is in here, so this is an opportunity to, like, I promise, like, please get out the fucking house, bro. Please, please, please get out the house. Fuck if you're a homebody. Like, do something, bro. Like, hopefully you've had something set up this weekend, because hopefully you've been leading up to this weekend. And don't be a part of no scam flim flams. Stop trying to be helped by a motherfucker and start helping people. Right? Have the heart to help, have the heart to connect. And everybody not going to be here at this level, but if you here at this level, this is the right place to be. If you're out and about spreading your natural talent, especially if you're not new to this spiritual development, get over your motherfucking self and start spreading the good news that comes deep within your solar plexus chakra, right? We're talking about the electrical fire. And once again, if you don't know where to start with goddamn electrical energy. So the 8 of fire and the 8 of wands in the Thoth Tarot deck illustrates a geometrical pattern of the restored universe, constantly restored by this electric fire. The rainbow above in the double pyramid of the 8 of wands depicts the division of pure light into 7 color rays of the light spectrum that exhibit interplay and correlation of the electromagnetic spectrum. The tapestry of colors behind the woman in orgasm. The Manara card suggests the same interplay we are visualizing the energy of high velocity and high speed. So I don't think, oh yeah, here it goes. This is the erotic tarot card. I should have led with this one, huh? But anyways, this is what it is. Like if you ever been down on a girl, kids, y'all might want to be hearing this part. But anyways, if you ever been downtown and you done got to the doorway and the revolving door is about to open and is about to bust open, it gets real electrical. It's like zig it, it starts shaking, and you just gotta walk through the door when you downtown. That was the PG version. What y'all think about that? One's in the chat. You can do anything through the mode of orgasm, but orgasm is an electrical current that surges through every organ. But how many people put their sexual energy into either a sex toy or a boy toy? Tis, tis, tis. You gotta get into the Tao or Mantak Chia, whether you're a man or a woman. But I'm just trying to see if the orgasm have anything to do with electric. This is called the science of the orgasm. This is all full moon energy, because what you're going to do during the nighttime is probably be going for an orgasm. The moon is the orgasm. The moon is either semen or it is ovulation. That's what the moon is. It is either the womb or it is the release. Why is it so? Because what do y'all be doing at night? Watching Netflix? Y'all be really watching the movies? Let's keep it a buck. The movies be so ass, don't nobody watch them. They just cut it on for background noise to fucking. At least that's what I did when I had a Netflix description. Orgasms are difficult to find, let alone reverse engineer. A few blueprints, however, have already been sketched out. First, stimulating the genitals sends electrical impulses along three main paths. So the genitals, your life force energy, is sending electrical impulses throughout your body. This creates the orgasm. However, the orgasm could be used as a magical device for manifestation. When we look at this picture and there's a whole array of things in the background, represents how you spend your life and utilizing your orgasmic energy, understanding the portals, the times and places. Oh, I can't do a ritual because I don't got a man. That's not true. Oh, I can't do a ritual because I don't got a girl. That's not true. How you actually mold this energy. See, the issue is when you masturbate to porn and you need porn to get you off. That's the issue. That's the reddest flag of the flags, right? However, let's just imagine the almighty creator peering down on earth, looking at you, jacking off like tis, tis, tis. That don't even make sense. Too much bullshit going on in the world. So the reality of understanding this energy is that it should be a magical process as a mode for intention, as like a spiritual seance where you are burning the herbs, you are setting the intention, you are lighting the candles, you are setting the mood. And if it is a sun and the moon, a masculine and feminine, you consummate the energy almost like in a spiritual sense. You're just not fucking, You know how it usually be, like you a goddamn crazy maniac trying to, you just got out of jail, right? Shit like that. So, anyways, we are visualizing the energy of high velocity and light speed. Here, electrical energy has created intelligible geometrical form. Information flows in energy and fire. So when we want something to happen, we generally are sending information to and fro. So a spiritual person is direct with his communication to spirit through modalities, not asking a motherfucker for some shit, not sitting there sad and crying, acting like spirits is fucking resonating with you. No, they laughing at you because you was the bane to your own existence. You created your own problems, right? God didn't tell you to go deal with that dude. That was the devil. The devil ain't real. The devil is a lie. But you out here getting cracked for fun. The devil is real. That's supposed to be your most valuable jewel. It ain't nothing to you no more. You got a rose toy. People said stop and smell the roses. They was like, oh, okay, I got your drift. I wasn't talking about that rose. I wasn't talking about that rose. I was talking about a whole different rose. So scientists agree that the human body at rest can produce around 100 watts of power on average. This is enough electricity to power up a light bulb. Did you know that? Some humans, some humans have the ability to output over 2,000 watts of power. For instance, if you are either bucking or doing some form of exercise. This is why I've created a system that every time I work out, I get a sale. That's why I work out every day. Every time I work out, I get a sale. That's the deal that I got set up. Sometimes I go work out, I don't get a sale, but either way, it generates energy for me in some form or fashion. I didn't get a sale, but somebody booked a reading the last time I was at the gym. And I just keep saying it because fuck it. It's a win-win situation. And that's the concept that just popped up into my mind as I'm talking. What about creating win-win situations as ways to generate energy and send out positive energy? Because at this time, in this day and age, why the fuck are you sucking? Like, why do you just feel like you can just be out here sucking and feeling sorry for yourself? For what? Why you feel like you can just be out here cracking hoes or getting cracked and everything is right with the world? No, bro. No, sis. It is a whole electrical universe that you can begin to understand and overstand and actually communicate to energies directly because you understand the language. It's chemicals that's in our body that helps provide electrical generation. Let's keep it a buck. When we talk about these fire energies and we talk about the reality, of course, nobody want to hear. Nobody want to hear, but I'm going to say it anyway. Your ass keep eating meat. That's not generating no proper energy for your ass. Period, point blank. They telling you what to eat. If you going to eat meat, tell me you done killed the gator or some shit like that. You done tried all different type of exotic meats because you into meat. You not into meat. You into slavery. They telling you what to eat. You go into the grocery store and they giving you a finite selection of meats. That's not your choice for real. That's like prison. You don't see it that way because you might enjoy the meat, but from an electrical generation perspective, It's actual foods that you can, or fuck it, water. Water is a conductor of electrical energy. I don't even know that. I'm about to look online and see if I'm even saying something that's even real. Most naturally occurring water conducts electricity well because it contains ions from dissolved minerals and sediments. When water is a part of an electric current circuit, the ions are attached to the positively charged terminals of a battery and creating a closed path that allows the current to flow. The more ions in the water, the more efficient it is as a conductor. So therefore, niggas will be saying, well, I don't know how to tap into this energy hood. Drink water and stop eating bullshit. I want to see electrical energies, what you talking about, but I just be eating processed foods. The literal the literal meaning of eating bullshit is to deplete your electrical magnetic force. And they got good with this shit because you done bear witness people that done lived and died off of what they goddamn ate. One's in the chat. I've seen it happen. People have ate fried chicken their whole life and never thought nothing about it until they got into their goddamn 50s and 60s, and now they getting dumped 100 pills a day. Each pill have a different side effect, and motherfuckers dying at 50 and 60 when they could be still alive, living healthy at this moment with you. Like, hey, when is the next such and such? But they ain't even here because of the food. And then it's like, well, how do you tap into the energy? Man, you don't really want to tap in. You really don't want to tap in for real. When we eat large molecules from nutrients that are broken down by our digestive system, they start to divide into small molecules and elements, and these structures are used as energy by transporting them to our cells. This process is called cellular respiration. All these molecules and elements also have the potential to create electrical impulses. Now, here you may think that this electricity produced by our bodies is not the same as the power that runs through our computer in front of us. But here we are talking about exactly the same strength at a basic level. The only point separating these two forces is the source of electron flow and the way it was created. See, the difference between a technological device from tropical astrology to this laptop is that this shit eventually can break down. But if we as human beings could understand the electrical currents and the reality, we could live forever, or we could live for a very, very long time. The way that we live, we have been programmed to die. So when we study this shit and we're trying to understand it, we're trying to literally tap into our immortality genes, but there is a mode and a way to tap into it. But you're going to tell me, oh yeah, I'm going to be immortal right after I eat this processed food. No. Right after I eat these hog maws, no. What was it, Juneteenth Wednesday? Had to get a hot dog and a hamburger, because why not? No. There is a deep connection to our energy and our life force reality. Like the whole thing. Like if you really about this shit, spirit gonna tell you, bro, you need to stop eating this shit. The reason that you feel this way, the reason that you look this way, the reason that things ain't happening is because your electrical energy is not sending out properly. Because you sending out shit to the cow goddess and shit like that, and you ain't even a cow, you a human. It was something that I wanted to read on this. Maybe I don't. Because because I do got shit to do. But at the same time, oh yeah, I just wanted to read this opening sentence. The classical theory of electromagnetism formed the basis of wireless communication technology. Stop right there, Batman. Don't go any further. Wireless communication technology. You can call your baby daddy right now, but when we talk about connecting with your soul, it's such a foreign fucking concept to people. It's such a, I don't get it for real. You always be talking about your soul, but I want to talk about my problems. Wireless communication technology, right? We can bear witness to it. We should be able to bear witness to dealing with spirits. We should be able to open up Judith Illis's book and then be able to say, okay, this spirit is real, right? You will have a vision of doing a seance for a spirit, but you won't do the seance. Do the fucking seance because your ass is getting kicked out here any fucking way. It ain't going to get no better for you. You already done ruined it by getting cracked by as much niggas as you could get cracked. You already done ruined it by chasing pussy. You already done ruined it. Do the fucking seance. Like demons, let's talk about some of y'all exes. You was not afraid of fucking demons. You love demons. You love them. You got a heart for them. So do the fucking seance. Burn the fucking candles because it is real. It's just at an electromagnetic spectrum beyond this physical reality. And these is actual theories that you can't say that spirits is not fucking real and then we'll talk on your phone to your mama. You can't say that spirits is not real because how the fuck is you on your phone talking to your mama across town? And you bear witness to it. Yes, mama, I will be at the cookout on Juneteenth. I will be bringing the plates. I promise you, mama. But then it's like, I don't really understand this spirituality. Spirituality is kind of mumbo jumbo. It's not really real because, I don't even, these spiritual niggas, they be just on some bullshit. How? See, I've been in this shit for a long time. And there's some goddamn motherfuckers that been hexed out this bitch, bro. I'm telling you, motherfucker done put a root on this motherfucker. I done seen some shit in this goddamn game. Fucking around with these herbs and these jars and shit, bro. This shit real. Real deal Holyfield. And fuck around with a spiritual bitch if you want to. She a witch for real. And she putting spells on your ass. And I'm not talking about relationship. I'm talking about the bitches that y'all be under they fucking heel. Cause the shit that I'm talking about, y'all ain't gonna never talk about in y'all sister circle. Be under that hoe's heel. She is the soul. She is the power. And she about to take all of your money and live a good life while you goddamn, pulling toilet ball knots out your ass. When you wipe your ass and you had them little bitty toilet paper knots. It's some broke nigga shit. You get the cheap toilet paper because you ain't got enough money to get the expensive toilet paper, and then you got the little white hairs. Well, you probably don't see it, but your nigga for sure see it when you hitting it from the back. But I'm saying if you had more money, you would get you wouldn't even get toilet paper, you would get wipes. See how that work? But you up under these hoes' heel, you can't afford no wipes. You get in the goddamn Scott's dollar roll. Shit giving you boo-boo little dots in there like it's not cute. You know what I mean? It's never cute. It's kind of a turn off, but hey, he loves you. So that's what that is. Although aspects of what later came to be called spiritualism can be found throughout the 19th century, modern spiritualist movement is usually considered to have begun in 1848 when Pascal Beverly Randolph, fuck all that other shit, the idea spread rapidly, So anyways, I just wanted to show y'all that. And yeah. There's other stuff, but like I said, I gotta really get ready for this event. I've been bullshitting for real. Um, don't don't isolate yourself. That's one of the main things about this full moon energy. Participate in some form of group activity. Hopefully, there's no leaders and just spirits that are able to kind of convalesce and commune and just practicing good vibes. And if you want to like tap into deep spiritual things, burn smoke, get you a cauldron, tap in. The link is in the description. Get you a smudge kit. If you don't have one at all, but it is a full moon, so burn some herbs for the ancestors. The moon is going to be in the particular place of a portal, the deepest portal known to man, so you can get some real shit popping, but you might have not known how to get the shit popping. You was just hoping and begging somebody was going to help you when you can motherfucking help yourself. Okay? So with all of this being said, man, uh yeah, I ain't got nothing new to say. But besides what I already said, I'm just checking through my notes. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about this, but I'll say it now. Be receptive to spirit, but burn the herbs, do the seances, do the rituals to make sure that you're not in your human mind, right? Because you could be receptive to the human mind. The difference between the human mind and the spiritual mind is through spiritual activity. So, burning a candle and an idea is different from not burning a candle and having a negative thought like you should go slash your baby daddy's tires. That didn't come from spirit, that came from the ego. And it wouldn't have been a thought if you would have just calmed down, burnt some herbs, and was tied into your own energy. You were sitting there watching Netflix or scrolling on your phone, and you seen him like a girl's picture, and you got mad about it. So all of this is energy from your ego. However, if you just stop, smell the roses, burn some herbs, you will tap into the electrical current. I got two books in the description. That was the basis of this conversation. One is the electrical body. The other one is the electrical universe. You can get both books for under 50. That's less than you buy your eighth of louds for. So I suggest it would be a good purchase. The loud is going to be going. The books you can have forever. So with all this being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hell yeah, mushrooms. That's the good thing to not even like psychedelic mushrooms, good, but another aspect to like eating, like being vegan and just wanting like a protein source, like tap into like mushrooms such as like lion's mane and oyster mushrooms. The things that you make with the mushrooms, like fried mushrooms, they be better than like chicken to me. So it's like chicken don't taste good for real. Meat don't taste good. So just learning how to like transform lion's mane into a steak would be is good. You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna feel bad. And your electrical magnetic energy is not going to be depleted because you eating bullshit. So with all of that being said, tap into the energy, man. It's so beautiful. It's so live. It's so lit. I hope you guys are being creative, putting out your work. I hope you like doing something, letting people know that you alive, man. Stop fucking feeling sorry for yourself, man. Get up out of this. Get up out of that motherfucking house. You know what I'm saying? Meet people, greet people. COVID is over. It's been over. It's about to be 2025 in a minute. Like, it's going to be 2025 next week, y'all. Next week is going to be 2025. Watch when there be the ball be dropping, and I'll be like, remember I told y'all that shit was going to be next week. That's how time is moving. So get with it. Feeling good is the work. Shout out to the wisest, Dream and Desiree. They coined that term. But yeah, feel good and do some spiritual work, burn some incense. Can't stress it enough. Smudge some sage. Go to the Botanica, buy some herbs, burn those herbs, and be in tune with the energy. Have your intentions locked into the herbs. Don't ask God for nothing. Don't ask your ancestors for nothing. Let the herbs do the talking for you, and you will be in perfect alignment. But with all that's being said, this has been the full moon presentation. Center in the electrical body, in the electrical universe. Another thing before I get out of here, orgasms, whether you're alone or in a couple, whether you're gonna eat that thing, or whatever you got to do, take her to the next level with this full moon energy. But just don't do it regular and plain. Sometimes we do it over dirty clothes, but the reality is maybe we might want to make up the bed tonight. Okay. With all that being said, man, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful full moon, and I'll catch y'all in the next video, man. Peace.
Your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer. Your favorite mystic's favorite mystic. You are traveling with the Hood Mystic. You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic. Ta-ta-ta.